Hey, what's up, friends? So today we are going to talk an interesting topic on how we relate to others. So, on the journey of us achieving our goals, on the journey our of our creation of our success, it's very important to build relationships because the relationships are the key for our success because success can't be built on alone, isn't it? So it's very important on how we build relationships. So when I say relationships, when we meet a new person on the journey of achieving our vision, we need to observe how do we relate to others. We may think we are relating to others, we may think we are understanding them, but we are understanding them from the assumptions, from the perspectives, from the belief systems we have, from the infinite ways of looking at them. We are just looking from a very, from our own perspective. So, when we relate to them, when we have a conversation with them, if you have a disharmony with them, that is a sign that you have a low self image. That is a sign that you have a very disempowering way of relating to people, disempowering belief system, disempowering assumptions on how we relate to others. On the other hand, if we could relate to others on a healthy way, that means you are having an empowering way of relating to them. We all, there is a lot of thing happening in our imagination, and in our imagination we are maybe loving or maybe we are destructive. Most of the people in the world are destructive because I was destructive, so I can relate to. So I always used to have a fight, a mental fight in my imagination with other people all the time. And in the external reality, I used to have a healthy relationship with them. But it is because I have a internal dialogue, internal conversation, my mental chatter was different and the actions were different. So there was certain disharmony. So what I'm trying to say is like just observe. Like if you have a inner conversation which is harmonious, which is more loving, which is more compassionate, which is more forgiving, nurturing, supportive, then you have a very harmonious way of relating to others in achieving your vision. So, if you are a negative person, then when you are in a negative state of mind, just observe your internal conversation. How are you relating to others? And most likely, when you meet them, you are going to end up in a conflict with them. On the other hand, when you are very loving, when you are in the ideal state of mind, when you're so positive, then when you meet them, just observe how you relate to them, how they relate to you. Observe your behavior, observe yourself completely. So, there is, yeah. So, your inner conversations, whatever happening internally in you, is nothing but a reflection of the mind. The inner conversations, the mental chatter, what you're having in yourself is nothing but it is representing the contents of your consciousness. So it is very important to identify the contents of consciousness. So there are like three versions of you. let's say Vishnu 1, Vishnu 2, and Vishnu 3. Vishnu 3 is past self. Vishnu 2 is the current self. Vishnu 1 is the higher self. And the current self, what we are right now, is most likely to be influenced by the past. And therefore, there are chances we might have a disempowering way of relating to them. It is very important to identify ourselves with the higher self, which is Vishnu 1. The higher self comes from a place of love, forgiveness, nurturing, supportive. So, it is very important for us to identify with that version of ourselves in order to have an harmonious way of relating to them. Like, if we have a conflict or if we have a good relationship with them, it is very important to understand that we are the source of our life. We are the source, we are the cause of our reality. Whatever contents we have in the consciousness is being externalized in the outer world. So, we it is very easy to blame the society for your illness. It is very easy to blame your friend for your failures. It is easy to blame the weather. It is easy to blame, isn't it? It is easy to blame the nation. It is easy. It is very hard to confront the fact that you are the cause of your reality. Our society didn't teach us this way of looking at life, that we are the cause of our reality. So it takes some time to come to terms with that I am the cause of reality and navigate reality from that perspective. It is very important for us to realize, to not give the power away to the external world. It is to move from the external locus of control, where we say that I am the effect of the world, I am the victim, to the internal locus of control, that I am the cause of my reality. I am the creator of my destiny and I can create whatever I want. And on this journey, you come across many things, many limited beliefs, many assumptions, many of your previous conditioning. Everything will pop up, like where you have believed you are the effect of the world. And now we understand that we are the cause of reality and we relate to others. We interpret accurately in such a way that it is harmonious to the vision, to the success we are trying to create. How we relate to others, the ideal way to relate to others is coming from a place of love. And the society has conditioned us. It has taught us that the love is physical attraction, control, possessiveness, eroticism. And we are not talking about that kind of love. We are talking about a love which is unconditional, which is nurturing, which is forgiving, which is supportive, which is unshakable by the external circumstance. We want to relate to other people from the place of unconditional love. Then observe how you relate to others. Then observe the conversations. Then observe how people relate to you. Observe how you relate to people. Observe your behavior. Everything is going to change once you come from this perspective of looking at reality. In the beginning, it's going to be tough to come from this place because you're having a conversation with your friend, and you imagine them that they are loving, you imagine them they are appreciative in nature, and they seem to deny the fact that they deny your assumption, but you stay true to that assumption. And after a while you will start to see that, because I have personally tried it. Like, I have imagined my friend to be very appreciative, and he was gossiping all the time, and the external world was rejecting, was denying of my assumption. And when I stayed true to that assumption that the other person was loving, because deep down everyone desired to be that, to be loving, nurturing, forgiving, and supportive. So when I stayed true to that assumption and I was just looking at him with that perspective, slowly the conversation started to change. He started to become appreciative of things. He started to be grateful about things, and I was surprised to notice this saying on this concept. And I want you to try this saying. It is very, I mean, like, it is very odd to think about this saying of trying this concept. This is a concept I learned from Nabil Godard, and I want you to try and let me know what you felt about it. And see you in the next video. Good luck. Thanks.